everybody come in. Let me grab this. How you guys doing today? I'm going to give it just a few minutes for my besties to find me, make sure I am in all the right places, you know, do all the things. Just give me a sec. And there we go. All right. Okay. Oh no, what is that? I have light coming in. We're going to deal with it. This is this kind of a day, guys. I don't know if I can fix that. It's just going to be on my face. Okay, let me introduce myself. Hello, my name is Jessie Tarian. I'm an independent demonstrator with the company Stampin' Up. I'm located in sunny Las Vegas, and in my craft room, we do all things paper craft. Welcome in, my friends. How is everybody doing? I'm going to give it just a few minutes. Let's see who's on. Hi, Sherry. Welcome in. Hi, Brenda. How you guys doing? Uh-oh. Whenever I say Sherry, the person who lives in my tablet thinks I'm saying that other name, and she comes on to talk to me. I don't know why. It must be my accent or something. I don't know why. She just comes on. She listens, people. She listens. All right. What was I going to say? Okay, so today's going to be a little different. I was feeling very sad. Those who haven't seen it on the page, we have lost a bestie. Laura Wood, who has been with me pretty much since I started doing this page, so 5 years, has lost her battle with cancer. And sorry. It's so sad. So sad. So I'm going to talk about her tonight, and we're going to celebrate the wonderful woman that she was and is. And I don't have it in me to sell right now, to sell to you a product or a thing, or, you know, sometimes it's just like that. But Laura found me on the internet, like most of you did, right? And she is such a sweet person. She just wanted to help. She just wanted to be a part of it and be in it. And she was such a good sport. She would sign up for anything. So my Hostess of the Month Club and Stampin' Chat and Christmas cards and, you know, giveaways and drawings and whatever I was doing, she would help me promote. She would sing my praise. She was always there. She was a true bestie. She really was. She was always there for a kind word or, you know, to make you laugh. If you got to know her, if you were one of the lucky ones, maybe you're part of Happy Mail Club, and you got to be a pen pal with her or received a Christmas card from her. Laura was an amazing crafter. She did scrapbooking and paper crafts of all kinds. This is a Christmas card she sent me last year. Super pretty. And I noticed all the cards that she sent me personally were purple and very sparkly and bubbly, like her personality. They always had flowers on them. She sent me this card last month because she was my Happy Mail partner. And she always used purples with me. So I'm not sure if it was just she felt like I needed purple, but I know that she loved flowers, and this reminded me of a fairy. So the card we are going to do tonight, we're going to do that modified tent fold that we did on Wednesday. And let me show you what I did with it. Look how pretty. I turned it into a little lantern card We use the same tent with the same accordion mechanism. I just changed it from a Christmas bauble to a window. Now I went into my craft stash, and like I said, her cards always for some reason reminded me of like a magical fairyland. I don't know why, but every time I got one, that's what I thought of. So I don't know if she just really loved fairies, or she loved that paper, or she picked it out specifically for me. I'm not sure, but I had a die that I had gotten for an invitation for a party I had from like Amazon. I just put fairy die in there, and this is what had come up, and I liked it, and I purchased it. And it was just in my craft stash, but I thought of it because it makes that great silhouette for the lantern. So yeah, it's not a Stampin' Up! Product, but I'm sure you probably have something like that. Or if you didn't have a silhouette frame like that, what could you do? You could put like a bunch of flowers, you know, in black, and then have the light behind it. There's a lot of ideas you could have. So share some ideas that you have for this type of card. But that's what we're going to do tonight. And I felt like what I wanted to do was just craft and chat. So that's what I put, stamp and chat, right? So I want to hear from you guys. How has everybody's week been going? Thank you, Cheryl. I think it came out really cute too. I was happy. I just, I don't know. It was this weird thing. I didn't know Laura in real life, only through the internet, but that doesn't mean I felt any differently about her, or any of you really. You get to know people, you know what I mean? And it hit me hard. It just did, you know? She said in her last card to me, like, well, I'm going to have this medical procedure, and I'm really hoping it's going to fix things. And you know, sometimes in life that doesn't happen. But now we have another angel on our side, right? So there is that. And something weird happened today. Okay, so I'm making this card, and I'm kind of just like zoning out in my fields. And I was going to make a sympathy card to mail to her family. And so on the tag part of it, I was going to put with sympathy, because I really didn't know what to put there. I don't know her family like that. But I held it in my hand, and I was like, oh, this isn't that card. It just wasn't for me. And I was like, what do I want to say to Laura right now? And so this sentiment popped out. I grabbed a couple stamp sets, and it said, for someone who is wonderful in each and every way. And I was like, that's Laura. If you were to go to Laura's page, she's all about her family, her grandkids, her children, her husband, 100%. She also was very into like sharing social media posts about missing and exploited people and trying to put good out into the world. She was always trying to help people and spread light and love wherever she was. And that's true for anyone who has ever talked to her, even for a little bit. You're going to say that. She was just that light in the world. So that popped out to me, and I felt like that was the front of the card. So then I got to the back, and I was like, okay, so what am I going to put on here? And I grabbed, because like I said, I just grabbed a couple because I didn't know what I was doing, but the tags of thanks stamp set, I was like, what would I want to say to her? And these are the things that really just spoke to me, I guess. So it was like, you're the best. she's a bestie. So lucky to have known you. I feel that from the bottom of my heart. And then I appreciate you, which I say to you guys all the time. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. I love you. I appreciate you. So those three things really, and then the only other thing I could think of was thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for finding me. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being a bestie. So that's what I did. I just stamped it and flowers and really thought about her and our relationship and what she meant to me. And it really was like this moment. I don't know how to describe that, but it was. So then I was like, it's kind of dark, you know, and that's when I thought of the tea light. And I put that in there because, like I said, I felt like she spread light and love wherever she went. And that's how this card came about. It really was a healing moment for me doing it. So hopefully it'll be that for you. And I don't know when you guys are crafting if you think that deeply about it, but it's what helped me. It's what just, I don't know. It was my memorial to her. So I'm keeping this card for myself, and I'm going to keep it in my craft room. Now, it's Friday. We all know how I am, and something weird happened. So, and I'm not saying it's paranormal, but I'm just saying what happened. I took the candle and I was like, man, I don't know how old this is or how good the battery is. And it's been in my craft room for a long time. So I was like, I better turn it off so that I have it for the live, right? So I turned it off. I left it down. Now it's got a really hard switch. You can't just flick it. I mean, you really have to, you hear that? You have to turn it on. And it's a long switch. And I turned it off and I set it down and I went out and I got a cup of coffee and I did some things and I came back and the damn candle was on, sitting on my desk. I don't know. I know specifically I turned it off because I was like, I should do that. And I did. And I looked at it and was like, okay, I'll come back and get ready, you know, whatever. And it was on. So I don't know if that was a message from my spirit guides. You're okay, girl, you got this. I don't know if this was a message from Laura, like, I've got where I'm going. I don't know, but that's what happened. That's what happened to me today. So, all right, I'm gonna stop being weird. Never. Hey, Terry, how you doing? Welcome in. So we're doing the modified Tentfold card, but we're doing it not Christmas. So that's for you. There you go. All right. I know, I'd like to think that, Sherry. I'd like to think that. But it was just so weird. It was so weird. I was like, okay, all right. Okay. All right, I'm going to flip down. We're going to get this card done. Close your eyes if you get seasick. All right, flip down and we're flipped. We're not going to have to do this for much longer, guys. Okay, so here's the front of the card, just so you can get kind of a better look. I put some purple in there because I felt like it needed it. I used a really dark green on this one. For our card tonight, we're going to use black, more of a silhouette vibe. And I used I think it's Beautiful Skies paper. I don't know. If you have any questions, and then that was my back. So, let me get this out of the way. Now, we're not recreating anything tonight because we already did this once this week. It's going to be super easy. So I really like this because of the purple, but I wanted the dark front to go. So, ooh, I'm going to get some liquid glue. So how is everybody doing? This is a bestie check-in. How was your week? What are you doing this weekend? Is Karen on? Karen, if you're watching this, I just want you to know I'm thinking about you. I know you're going to do great on Monday. And I'll check in on you. Karen's getting much anticipated knee surgery, so we're all excited for her. Okay, here we go. Ooh, I'm making a mess. It's okay, nothing's gonna get me down, right? All right, good. I'm glad to see you're there. You got this, girlfriend. You got this. Okay. And Terry, I'm sure you'll hear before I will. Please let me know when she's all done and on the mend. Okay. Y'all, how often do you replace your little plates? I seem to replace them probably more than I should or have to, but they get so chewed up. And I feel like once they get all wobbly and stuff, they don't cut as well. So, I don't know. Is it just me? All right. I'm not going to change things. I'm not going to change who I am fundamentally. So there will be no washi because we're living on the wild side, guys. There we go. All right. So I just cut that window out. Use this for something else. Okay. Now I can fold it down. Give it a good crease. Weird. There is a like purplish hue to my black paper. All right. Give myself a pep talk in my head. Focus, Jessie, focus. This would look really cool too. The stars. I want the, let me just see. I'm gonna use the lighter paper because this paper was really light with the oranges and blues, but it's so shadowed in there. I want to see if this one maybe pops more. I'm afraid if I do the dark one, you really won't see it. So Miss Alexis, one of my friends, is in town, and she is going to be moving to France in about 2 weeks. So we're gonna try to spend as much time as she can spare for us, Jamie and I. And so tomorrow, we're going to get together and hang out. I'm super excited about that. Okay, so we got that mechanism again. Remember, it's 4 1/4 inches by 3 inches, scored every 1/2 inch, and then accordion folded. And I went ahead and I just put the tear and tape on there, so it was very easy. And before I put that on, let's go ahead and put our bracket. I was gonna find it. You didn't have to yell. I knew it was there. Lies. Okay, and I'm just going to glue this up towards the top, just kind of center it. Now I know that's not, you know, there's some open spots here, but we're going to cover this with our sentiment. Don't you worry, besties. I have a plan, right? Now when you put your glue, because there's going to be this opening, don't put any on the bottom. That way you don't get it everywhere. Just a little bit. You're not really squeezing the glue bottle very much. You're just getting it started and dragging. Okay? And this glue holds really, really well. So that little bit is all you need. And on camera it looks like a lot, but trust me, it's not. Okay? So now, I'm just going to line it up. Ooh. There's our little fairy just living her best life. Okay. Peel that tear and tape off. And you're going to line up this piece with the bottom as best you can. Oh, it's so hard for me to see. Come on. Come on. Let me get it. There we go. There you go. And you can even take your bone folder and give it a little bit of a crease down if you want. Just really make sure it's stuck on there. There we go. And line up the bottom. There we go. How simple are these cards? Who's going to try to make one of these? And when you do, I definitely want to see it because it's not going to be the same as mine for sure. Okay. So for this one, I think I'm going to put thanks for brightening my day. That's pretty appropriate with the candle, you know? So who's watching the new Wednesday TV show on Netflix? My husband, of all people, got me into it. We watched last season over the last couple days, and now we're watching the new season. It's pretty cute. At first I was like, I don't know, kind of snobby McStomberton, but I just wasn't feeling it. And then he was like, no, it's cute, it's pretty good. And I was like, okay, I guess we can try it. Very weird, I know. That should have been right up my alley. I don't know why I resisted, but I did. You know, some days are just like that, besties. What can I say? Okay. And I used the textured dyes for this, but I just cut two. I cut one out of glimmer paper and then one out of the white, and we're just cutting it in half to elongate and just give like a little edge, you know? That way it'll be long enough for that front panel to cover it completely. And also, you know, you're using some sparkles, and you might want to use a different kind of paper. I don't know. It's your card. You do you. Okay. And I'm just putting glue on each end. You could certainly pop this up if you felt like it absolutely needs it. But I am just going to put it down and center it. Look how pretty that is. I really like that lighter in there. It was a good call. Thank you, Jessie. Thank you so much. I probably would have used it on the outside of the card too. I just didn't have two pieces, so. Confession time. All right, so I have a few of these pearlescent gems, and I thought those looked really cute. Almost like stars, you know? Just put them wherever you want them to live. Like that. We're gonna do 4. I am loving this card. So pretty. So pretty. All right, now let's do the back. And what sent, so thanks for brightening up my day. What would go with that? I don't know. We'll just leave it blank. How about that? I'll put some flowers. That's what we'll do. It's a fairy, Terry. I know, it's so cute. You can borrow it anytime you would like, my friend. I have other ones too. Like, they're all fairies. I went through a fairy phase, but some of them cut out, like out of the paper, it would be like the silhouette of a fairy, and they have different, like one's sitting on a moon, and one's playing in a garden, and one's dancing with a frog. I don't know what that was about, but it was part of the set, and I was there for it. You know what I'm saying? So if you ever need fairy stuff, you know where to come to, because I probably have it. Probably have it. So normally I would put the DSP at the bottom, but because these were clouds, I put it up at the top. That is my thought process. I'm going to stick to it, friends, you know. And because there's some fairies on the front, I feel like we need some flowers going on. Since we're just playing now, right? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm telling you. Jeez, you never listen. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Okay. And I'm going to off stamp a little bit. I really love to just play with placement and the stamps themselves. What are they giving you, you know? Let me see, and I need flowers, of course. just gonna do these. Sorry, I'm sure that was lovely to listen to. All right. And we're going to do some purple, I guess Highland Heather. Now this is the hardest thing for me. There's not like a clear where to put these that I can see. I mean, there probably is, but no, but I didn't get the memo. So I just kind of plop them down. Does that look okay? Oh, I got some ink on there. Dang it. It's no problem because I have a sand eraser. So what you're gonna do, I'm gonna get it off the silicone because I don't wanna get any more ink where I don't want it. I'm just gonna take my sand eraser. See if I can just wear it down a little bit. Lighten it up. See how it's getting a little bit lighter? Now you don't want to go so much that you wear away your paper, but if you've ever been wondering like, ah, crap doodle, what do? I got ink where I didn't want it. Try one of these puppies. They're made by Tombow, who makes our liquid glue. We do not have them in the store, but it's called the Sand Eraser 512A from Tombow. You can get them, I think, on Amazon. Anywhere paper crafts are sold, probably. And just, you know, work it out. But it's way lighter. When I write on there, you're not even going to notice that. So, there you go. That's how I deal with that little snafu, my friends. Are you impressed? I know you're all like, Jessie, that was so 12 years ago. What are you talking about? I know, friends, I know. But when I learn things, you know I share. There we go. There we go. Now let's try it with the candle. I know it's hard to see. I'll take a little video of it for the page, but super cute. What do we think? Do you love it? I think it turned out beautifully. Beautifully, beautifully. So there we go. There's our fancy card done. Thanks, Sherry. I try. So, all right. We have 9 people on right now. If you haven't, give a shout out and say hello. I'm going to flip up. Hi, Pam. How you doing? I don't know if I don't think I saw you earlier. All right, I'm going to flip up. Here we go. Close your eyes. All right. There we go. All right. So that is that. I hope you guys have a good weekend. Do something fun. Check out a movie, put your feet up. I don't know. Have some bestie time. That's what I'm saying to you. And I don't know. I'm just going to be a crazy girl in my craft room, trying to clean it up. My craft room is not like a bomb exploded. Like when people come in, they go, "What are you talking about? You've got baskets with crap in it." So does everybody. But to me, it's like, I don't know what I'm expecting. I've always been the type of person, like when I clean, I can't just sweep, mop, and dust. I have to rearrange the whole damn house, or else it can't do it. That's my ADHD brain. I've always been this way. You know, don't come in the middle of the night because you're going to walk into something, because I will have cleaned and rearranged everything. But every time I do it, I just get so much inspiration and joy and can think and breathe for about 3.5 seconds. And then I start going, why is it messy? Or why is it like this? We don't know why I'm like this, guys. We don't know. I just am. And you love me for it. That's what it is. So I don't know. This is so weird. I feel like my head's cricked back. Hold on. Is this better? Now you probably see me better. Who knows? I don't know. But, all right. So what else? What else? I don't know. I don't got nothing. Hopefully you guys got something. Hi, Diane. How you doing? Yeah, I don't know. I think I gotta go. I love you guys. I appreciate you so, so much. And I'll see you next week, okay? Mwah.